Welcome back, guys, to more Doki Doki Blue Skies. So, I got some explaining to do. So, I didn't do a scare stream. I didn't do a scare stream last night because, I came down with a bit of a bug. Nothing too serious, just one of those 24-hour bugs that, where the next day I actually still felt a little bit blahey, just very groggy and just not that great, not well and all that. And then yesterday, I got better. Today it kind of started slowly creeping back in, which sucked a lot. It sucked a lot because today's my birthday. And I had to spend my birthday sick. So I didn't have any fun with that at all whatsoever. But regardless of how I'm feeling, regardless of, my condition, all that, I need to put something out there. I need to put something out there because you guys keep watching me, and I feel like I owe it to the people who keep me going on my channel. And I keep growing more subscribers every day, and I decided I'm gonna do something a little fun. Every Sunday, I'm gonna post a small meme video. Nothing too big, because you guys seem to like those meme videos that I do a lot. I've done a couple, and you guys seem to like them. So I'm gonna start making those. I'm just gonna try to make those a weekly thing every Sunday. I need to come up with a theme for it, and just kind of go from there. I guess it depends on what's popping up on my recommendeds on my YouTube channel. But yeah, enough about that. We got a story to continue now. Last we left off, Sayori started therapy, and she was talking about wanting to go to these therapy sessions by herself, and me wanting to be a respectful boyfriend honors those wishes, and so we're gonna continue from there. We're gonna see how far that goes. So, as Sakurai finishes explaining the morning's task and settles down to mark some papers, I find myself absent-mindedly fiddling with my pen. Pulling open my textbook, I flip to the relevant page. Suddenly, I'm aware of a poking sensation on my shoulder. Morning, Amy. Surprised you weren't late today.
Hey, it's not my fault track practice ran on for so long today.
I mean, isn't it? Don't you decide how many laps you run?
Semantics, Flam.
I chuckled to myself. If you say so. Anyway, you wouldn't happen to have any good Valentine's ideas, would you? Mom brought it up yesterday. I didn't realize how quickly Valentine's has come around this year.
My boyfriend only got out of the hospital a few days ago, so we're just taking things slow. I think he mentioned wanting to take me to a tea house, though.
Hospital? Is he alright?
Yeah, just heart stuff.
You say that very casually. Heart stuff is something to not be taken lightly. Believe me, I know.
Anyway, what have you and Sayori got planned?
That's what I was asking you for. Neither of us have really mentioned doing anything for it. I've never done anything for Valentine's before, so I'm totally out of my depth here. Fun fact, I had a girlfriend whose birthday was on Valentine's Day, so that was tricky. Emmy giggles. There's a playful, mocking air to her laughter.
She's your girlfriend, Flam. Sure you know her the best?
Yeah, but relationships, man, they're confusing.
Just ask her. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to be direct. Well, unless she's expecting a surprise from you, that is. Then, well, you're on your own there.
Some help you are. What happened to female intuition?
We can't give you all the answers, Flam. Sometimes you gotta work things out for yourself.
Women. Yeah, because me trying to figure out what the best thing to say and do in our relationship is going so well. Life's unfair. After class ends, I make my way to the club room. As I open the door, I realize that it's just Natsuki inside. When was the last time I even spoke to her alone?
Hey!
Afternoon. Listen, I need your help with something. She looks at me suspiciously. Not that!
With what?
Well, you're a girl, and...
Thanks for noticing.
No shit, Sherlock. Dude, you are so lucky you didn't get slapped right there. And, well, where would a girl want to be taken for Valentine's Day?
And how long have you known Sayori for?
Why does it sound so familiar? Is it really a crime for me to ask for some Valentine's suggestions? Sometimes it is. A while, but in my defense, I've only been with her for, what, 2 months? I was thinking of, like, some kind of restaurant, but I don't know which ones are good or not. The door opens and Monica and Yuri walk in.
What are you two talking about?
I glance desperately at Natsuki, hoping she doesn't expose me in front of everyone.
Flam was asking me where you should take his girlfriend for Valentine's Day.
I groan. Jeez, when you put it like that... I just needed some pointers, that's all. The door opens a second time and Sayori wanders in.
If it were down to me, I wouldn't even bother. Valentine's is pointless. All that sappy stuff, yuck. People hugging and kissing in public, giving each other sappy cards, no thanks. It's quite a romantic day, though. People telling their partners how much they mean to them. All the little gifts, the thoughtfulness. Yeah, it's great if you like that, but keep it away from me. Something else I don't get is that Valentine's is supposed to be a day where you show your love for your partner, blah, blah, blah. But aren't you meant to do that every day?
That is a damn good point. Damn good point. That's probably the smartest thing I've ever heard Natsuki say. That's saying quite a bit. She's sharp.
Thought so.
So it's safe to say that Cupid didn't shoot you with any arrows this year then, huh? She glares at me as Sayori giggles.
We all know you're a softie at heart, Natsuki. I am not! There's nothing wrong with admitting it. Just wait until you get a boyfriend.
As we're digging into our food, Monica taps me on the shoulder.
I think I might have a solution to your crisis.
Oh?
There's a really nice restaurant in town that I went to last year with the debate club. It's called the Amber Beehive, and their food is really good.
Again, this one's kind of hitting me a little deep. Today for my birthday, my wife was planning on taking me to a little restaurant in our town called the Beehive Grill. And for the obvious reasons, we didn't go. This has not been a fun day for me, everyone. This has not been a fun day for me.
It's a little on the formal side, though, so you probably have to wear something smart. See if Sayori has a dress or something.
Seems kind of sophisticated. Uh-huh. Would they take a bunch of teenagers?
Of course they would. Why wouldn't they?
Well, the formal dress code and all, wouldn't we feel really out of place? Sorry, I'm just, well, as you can see, new to dating and all that.
It's okay. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, though. Just see it as a fancy date, that's all. I'm sure Sayori would like it as well. I think the music will really suit the atmosphere. Pretty jazzy.
Thanks then. I'll look into it tonight.
That's okay. Sayori will be impressed. And don't worry, I won't tell her you got the idea from me.
You're a lifesaver, Monica.
Don't mention it. Oh, I forgot to say. I'm sorry for snapping at you at lunchtime yesterday. Parents.
That's okay. I imagine you had a lot on your plate. Besides, you rescued my Valentines, so you've redeemed yourself.
Good to hear. Oh, and by the way, you can never go wrong with the fried squid.
Yep, Olive Garden has some delicious calamari. Duly noted. Maybe I'll be able to salvage this Valentine's after all. So, what are our Valentine's plans? Sayori?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really given it much thought.
Oh, whew. I'm glad it isn't just me. I was worrying you'd have expected me to have something planned. But with this being my first relationship and all, I'm hardly experienced in that department. She giggles softly at my sheepishness.
Don't worry about it, Flam. We can just play it by ear tomorrow.
Winging it, eh? Yeah, that sounds more like me.
Anyway, I've been really lagging behind with homework. I've got a lot to do, so do you mind if we don't spend this evening together?
Well, this is convenient, and I can look up bookings for the restaurant without giving away the surprise. Oh, sure. I was just about to say the same thing, actually. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
Okay. See you later, Flam.
She gives me a quick kiss and heads off inside. As I settled into the sofa, I quickly noticed that the living room lights are on. There's also some sound coming from the kitchen. Intruder alert, intruder alert. Get your gun out, intruder alert. That's weird. There's no reason for anything to be making noise in the kitchen, and I've always turned the lights off in the living room before I go to school. Hey, wait. Okay, so here's some Captain Obviousness here. Hey, wait. Do I have hair? Is the sky blue? Wait. Now that I think about it. Do eggs come from chickens? In an attempt to stop the sudden bout of panic, I forced myself to rationalize the situation. It can't be a burglar because they wouldn't make this much noise. So that must mean... Hello? Anyone here? A familiar voice greets me back.
Flam? Is that you?
Mom? A huge grin forms on my face as I spot my mom emerging from the kitchen, a warm smile on her face. I rush forward and embrace her. It feels so good to have her back. I didn't know you were coming today.
I wanted to keep it a surprise, dear.
We let go and she looks me over.
I'm so sorry that you've been alone for so long. I tried so hard to come back earlier, but Princess was having none of it.
It's okay. I'm just glad you're here now. I sniff the air. Something smells delicious. Are you making something?
Yes, teriyaki, one of your favorites.
You're the best. Seriously. That's awesome.
Always nice to be reminded. It's almost ready.
I'll give you a hand. She ruffles my hair.
It's okay, sweetheart. My treat for you. There isn't much left to do anyway.
Are you sure?
Positive.
It's only as if I'm wolfing my food down do I realize how hungry I am. Mom's cooking has always been incredible, too.
Enjoying yourself, I see.
Can you blame me? I haven't met anyone who can cook better than you can. She laughs heartily. Don't forget to check the restaurant, dude.
So, let's have that long-awaited catch-up. Tell me about how everything has been since you joined that club.
I finish eating and push my plate away, sighing contently. I pat my stomach. Well, as you know, it all started when I saw Sayori on the sidewalk. Once I start, it's almost impossible to stop. There's so much to say, so much to describe. Now that we aren't limited by short phone calls, I can finally go into detail into what life's been like since September. After describing the first few days, I recall how the festival went. That was a disaster in itself. Complete bomb. She shakes her head as I recall how those inconsiderate pricks acted.
Unbelievable. Some people just have absolutely no respect.
No kidding. The worst part was that it caused Natsuki and Monica to have a really bad argument. I quickly go over that, not wanting to dwell too much on the fight. It's still something I'd rather forget. Mom smiles as I recount how my feelings for Sayori started to blossom. And then there was Halloween. We all dressed up, broke into school, wrote some spooky poems, and summoned the Shinto spirit.
You know what now? Oh, hell no! Bitch, you better not be messing with them damn spirits.
Dressed up,
Not that.
wrote some spooky poems.
You know what I'm referring to.
Oh, the breaking into the school thing? She doesn't look very impressed. Come on, Mom. It was just a bit of harmless fun.
Didn't you say you called a spirit over?
Okay, maybe not entirely harmless then, but for what it's worth, we all had fun, and it was really a nice bonding experience. She sighs under her breath.
Teenagers these days get their enjoyment from the weirdest things.
Okay, so maybe playing around with a Ouija board wasn't the wisest idea. Do you think? Dumbass. But hey, it'll be a good story for my kids, right? No, do not tell them that part of the story. The last thing you want to do is encourage them to do the same stupid thing.
If you say so, Flam.
Anyway, so then when November rolled around, what? No details? Lame. The rest of the evening rolls around. We both had a lot to talk about, and the time has really flown. She yawns.
Well, it's a...
Damn it, even the word got.
Well, it definitely sounds like you've had a hectic past few months. Girls, Secret Santas, and Shinto ghosts. What a mix. Anyway, I'm still quite tired from my flight, so I'm going to have an early night. I'll be around for a while, so we can always carry on tomorrow. Yeah, sure thing. I've got a lot of homework to be getting on with anyway, so that's fine. Good boy. I love you, Flam.
Love you too, Mom. See you tomorrow. After grabbing a drink from the kitchen, I walk over to my bag and pull out the relevant textbooks. Let's get this over with. Just as I'm about to begin, I feel my phone buzz. Foul temptress, why must you contact me?
Evening, Flam. Do you have any plans for this evening?
Yeah, sorry, Yuri. Have a lot of homework to be getting on with.
Oh, what do you have to do? Perhaps I can help you out?
I pause with my fingers hovering over the screen. Sayori never said I couldn't hang out with Yuri. Oh, you dumbass. Dumbass! Dumbass! And I don't think that she's the controlling type. No, but she's the jealous type. But even though I know I'm not doing anything inherently wrong by spending time with Yuri, I can't help but feel like I'd make Sayori's jealousy worse if I did. But then again, I did say that I'd help Yuri out with her loneliness. Although this was before I knew the impact it'd have on Sayori. Gah. Nah, it's okay. There's a lot to do, but I can handle it. Good boy. Good boy. Just tell her to piss off. Thanks, though. There's a pause in her reply.
It's okay, Flam. I hope you have a pleasant evening.
I can't help but feel guilty as I put my phone away. I hope she doesn't think I'm ignoring her. Given her personality, it's definitely possible. Why can't this just be simple and not so complicated? You think that for my first relationship it would be nice and not throw me into the deep end. Oh, life would be nice and not throw me into the deep end. I mull it over as I finish the rest of my homework. You forgot to do the restaurant reservation, you moron! I climb into bed feeling exhausted. Today wasn't a taxing day, at least physically. From the mental perspective, it's a whole other story. I still wish I could do much more for Sayori, and the uncertainty of how to deal with Yuri isn't helping. Still, it's nice to know that I'm not alone in the house. It'll probably be worth talking to Mom about the whole situation with Sayori tomorrow. I probably should have talked to Mom a little more. She's been in my exact same position before. Oh well, better late than never, right? I wake up the next morning to the sound of activity coming from downstairs. I almost forgot that Mom is an early riser. And that's something I definitely didn't inherit from her. I yawn and stretch, checking the time. Huh? 10 a.m. Looks like it isn't so early after all. Morning, Mom.
You're up early.
Very funny. I went up before noon loads of times, actually.
Looks like you really have changed while I've been gone, eh?
Rolling my eyes at her little jab, I noticed the abundance of food on the kitchen table.
So, it's Valentine's today. What have you got planned with Sayori?
Taking a seat, I opt for the jam toast. I don't know. Monica mentioned this fancy restaurant in town, so I thought I'd take Sayori there.
Which one?
Amber Beehive, I think it's called.
Amber Beehive. Amber Beehive.
She said it's jazzy, leans on the formal side too.
Ah, yes, I know now. Monica has good taste. Sayori will love it.
Good. We could do with a nice day after everything that's happened so far.
Oh, everything okay?
We could talk about it when I get back, if that's okay. Kind of want to focus on the positives today.
Of course. Today will be a great day, you know. So don't worry.
She smiles encouragingly at me. I hope so. Anyway, what are you going to do today?
Well, it's been such a long time since I've been home that I've almost forgotten what free time feels like. This country and its work ethic. Anyway, I figured I could start with some housekeeping. You've let this place get a little dusty and messy, young man.
Sorry, it's never been my strong suit.
There's also some business things I have to sort out, but thankfully I can do those on my laptop.
Even when you're at home, you can't really catch a break, can you? She smiles ruefully.
Adult life, Lamb. Now, haven't you got a certain someone to see?
I'm on it. After freshening up and shooting Sayori a text, I make my way over to her house. Aw. Hey, Sayori. She's on the bed, sitting up. There's a pen and paper in her hands, and it looks like she's writing a poem.
Hi, Flam.
What do you want to do today, then?
About that,
Oh, boy.
this must be really disappointing to hear, so I'm sorry.
What is it?
I'm not really in the mood to hang out today. There's just some things that I need to think about, and I don't want to be distracted. It's nothing personal.
I try my best to fight off the sinking feeling of disappointment. Nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it, okay? Just give me a shout if you want to talk, alright? You know where I am.
I know it's Valentine's Day, so it's really selfish of me, but...
It's fine. Really. Not selfish at all. I'd much rather you did what you wanted to do instead of you feeling like you have to come out or anything. We can always hang out on our day.
Thank you, Flam. You've always been really understanding.
It's the least I can do. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. As I step outside of Sayori's bedroom, I go up to her couch and I grab a pillow. Well, that changes things a bit. I'm a little downhearted. I know Sayori loves romance, and today would have been the perfect day to show her how much she means to me. Granted, the decision has been made. At least I can talk it over with Mom. Mom's sitting at the kitchen table. Beavering away on her laptop, she looks surprised.
You're back early.
I slide into the chair opposite her. Yeah, Sayori doesn't really feel like hanging out today. Said there's some stuff she needs to think about, so I left her to it. I bury my face in my hands, going over to my couch next, grabbing a pillow. Okay, that hurt my throat. When Mom speaks, her tone is gentle.
It's not easy, is it?
It really isn't. I know you warned me about it, and I thought I was prepared, but I never really know what to do. I like to think that I'm making a positive difference, but I don't know anymore.
What makes you doubt that?
Oh, she's kind of snapped at me once when I told her I knew how she felt. Said that I couldn't possibly know what depression feels like, and that my words are just empty. But she also says that it's helpful having me around, and that me just being able to listen does make a difference. So I really don't know.
For what it's worth, darling, you're doing the best, and that's all we can ask for. Take today, for example. You wanted to spend a day with her, right? Take her to a nice restaurant. You were looking forward to it. But even though she wasn't up for it, you didn't get angry at her or hold it against her. You were understanding and let her do what she wanted to do. That's precisely the kind of patience and understanding I was talking about back in November. She said it herself. She values having you around, and whether you realize it or not, you have made life that much better for her.
Yeah. I made it worse in some ways.
How so?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. You know Yuri, right? We went Christmas shopping with each other in December, and I saw her in the park once after Sayori and I had a falling out. We've grown a little closer, and Yuri confided that she's really lonely. I agreed to spend more time with her and totally didn't factor in how Sayori would feel about it.
Jealousy, I assume.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. How did I not realize that would happen? I was so inconsiderate.
Not inconsiderate at all, sweetie. Your heart's always in the right place. You just wanted to help a friend in need, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But now I'm in this really weird situation. I want to spend time with Yuri because I hate the thought of her being lonely, but I don't want to make Sayori feel any worse. Sayori didn't tell me that I couldn't hang out with Yuri or anything. She's not like that at all. And I can't tell Yuri about why I can't hang out with her because I don't want her to find out about Sayori's depression. Girls. Mom laughs softly. She puts a reassuring hand on my shoulder.
Well, let's try looking at this from another angle. She agreed to try therapy, right? How's that going?
When I was there, it was going well, I guess. Her therapist is really nice, never insensitive with his questioning, and she's working well with him. She's on antidepressants now, and she's started going to therapy sessions alone.
That's excellent news, sweetie. That's a really big step to make. So the fact she's made it is really promising. From my own experience, that independence is really important. You can't always be there for your partner, and at the end of the day, they're the one who has to learn to deal with their depression. When I was dating Shinji, we found that his depression was easier to manage after he started attending a few sessions by himself. You said that she has a really good therapist, so have faith, darling. It's a long, slow process, but it sounds like she's made good progress already.
Sheesh, Mom. You sound like a psychologist yourself.
Well, I did take some psychology modules while I was at university. You know, my experience with depression really opened my eyes to mental health.
Funny you mentioned that, because I was considering going into psychology at university. Sakurai was asking me about my future plans.
Well, if it's what you're interested in and your grades are good enough, I'd encourage you to, Flam. Especially in a country like this, one which has some pretty unhelpful attitudes when it comes to mental health.
Yeah, it seems like a good choice, right? I still got time, but I figured it'd be helpful to start thinking about my post-school plans now. She nods approvingly.
Yes, that's definitely a smart thing to do. What about the other girls?
After I fill her in, she fits back, looking thoughtful. I can really see where I got my reflective side from.
You'll all have to study really hard next year. That exam that you take at the end of high school is so important in determining which university you get into.
Yeah, so I've heard. Sakurai mentioned it too.
But you're a bright boy, so I know you can do it. Of course, with me raising you, you could hardly go wrong, could you?
We share a chuckle. Mama's always been really good at making me feel safe and secure. Thanks, Mom, for everything. I don't know where I'd be without you.
Nothing to thank me for. I'm your mother. It's my job.
Seriously, having you around again has made such a difference. I just wish you could be around more often.
Me too, Flam. Me too. I always felt guilty being so far away from home, especially when you were struggling to deal with Sayori.
It's not your fault. Life wasn't exactly going to be easy after the divorce, was it? You're doing your best.
Isn't that exactly what I said to you just now? I see you inherited my positivity.
Sayori called me a mama's boy, funnily enough.
Oh, she isn't wrong now, is she?
I grin. Nope. Anyway, I was thinking we could go for a walk to
Anyway, I was thinking we can go for a walk to town. There's a really nice cafe that one of my work friends recommended. It'll be good to get out of the house. The fresh air will do you good, too.
Can we swing by that restaurant Monica recommended? I just want to see what it's like, you know. Just in case I want to take Sayori there another day.
Of course we can. White Day is only a month away, so who knows? Perhaps you'll spend the day there.
That's racist. What kind of a society celebrates a day called White Day? I'd forgotten about White Day. It's a day where we all grab our pitchforks and torches and walk down the streets chant. That's a terrible joke. That's a terrible segue.
You typically get a lot of
No, that makes it worse.
You typically get a lot of chocolate, so it's one of my favorite days.
So there you were, berating me for gorging on chocolate when it's you that I get my sweet tooth from.
I hope you've been eating healthier while I've been away, young man.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the phrase, what you don't know won't hurt you?
I'll take that as a no, then.
Ignorance is bliss, Mom.
You should consider yourself lucky that Sayori doesn't expect you to cook her food, Flam.
Funny you mentioned that, actually. Natsuki's really into food, so if I dated her instead, man, she'd grill me. No pun intended. She laughs softly, shaking her head. After waking up and completing my morning routine, I perch onto the couch, idly flicking through the programs on television. I think Sayori has a therapy session today, though I'm unsure of the time. Probably best to find out what's going on. Hey Sayori, what's up? You got a session with Dr. Satoshi today, right?
Hey, yeah, I do. It's in an hour.
Alright. Want me to come with you?
Actually, well, I was kind of thinking that I should probably try going to the one by myself.
Oh, really? You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. But when you came with me before, it gave me the confidence to try to tackle these sessions by myself. The antidepressants have made it easier for me to think a bit clearer, too. And I don't want to always rely on you when it comes to these sessions, so yeah, I'll see how this one goes.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Just let me know if you change your mind, okay? I'm not doing anything today, so it wouldn't be a problem if I had to come to the clinic.
Thanks, Lamb. I remember that. I'll let you know how it goes. See ya.
Alrighty. Mom's sitting nearby, typing away on her laptop. It's kind of weird.
What is?
Not spending the day with Sayori. This is the first weekend since we started dating that we haven't spent with each other.
Hang on. Why exactly are you guys spending today with each other? I thought you two would be glued together.
She has a therapy session today. Remember how I told you yesterday that she was considering going to the sessions alone? She just texted me to tell me she's gonna do just that.
Ah, that's excellent news. It sounds like she's doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
The fact she's going alone is good for your relationship, too. It's healthy to do things away from your partner.
Is it? God, that really shows how much I know.
Yeah, it's important to remember that even though you're together, you still have your own lives to live. I know it probably feels like you want to spend every moment with her, but it's good to have little breaks.
Yeah, but I'm bored. I don't know what to do.
The joys of free time.
Become a YouTuber.
Don't you have any homework to begin on with?
Nah, I did it on Friday.
Wait, you're doing homework on a Friday evening? That really doesn't sound like you at all. I remember how you always used to leave it for Sunday evening. Am I really talking to my son?
And there I was thinking you'd commend me for doing it so early. What a cruel world I live in.
What about your video games? If I recall correctly, they're the reason why you leave your homework for the last minute.
That's a good idea, actually. Problem is, I don't know what to play. Mom rolls her eyes.
Don't you have a whole library of games?
Depends on if you count DLC.
DLC?
Basically, it's short for downloadable content, which... Am I really going to try to explain the nuances of video gaming to my mom? Never mind. Yeah, I'll go see what I can find. After spending a good 5 minutes trying to decide which games to play, I eventually settled for Banjo-Kazooie. A classic. But dude, seriously. Donkey Kong 64! Why aren't you playing that? I had a lot of fun just watching Sayori play it, so I figured it'd be a good choice. Man, Sayori got pretty far. Forgot how much she enjoys the game. Maybe I can lend it to her, given I don't really play it myself. I have plenty of other titles on my computer to choose from, so it's not like I'd be strapped for choices. Might be worth bringing it up next time I see her. After some time, Mom comes downstairs calling my name.
You got a text, Flam.
From Sayori?
No, from Yuri. You left your phone in the bathroom.
The Purple Menace. Oh, so that's where it was. Oops. I take the phone.
Hello, Flam. Are you up to much today?
Nah, not really. Just having a chill day, to be honest.
I imagine that must be quite relaxing. I was curious.
There's a pause. I can tell that she's working up the courage to ask me to do something with her.
Well, I found another good book that I think you might enjoy. And I was wondering if you'd like to read it with me. I have a spare copy.
I don't really know how to reply. I just told her that I was free, so I can't fall back on the classic homework excuse. I can't. Sorry.
Why?
This is gonna be bad. It's my own fault. I shouldn't have invited her to lunch. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Mom came home on Friday and she wants to spend time with me. I feel absolutely awful as I type that out. Yuri must suspect that something's amiss. I went from encouraging her to open up to me and spend time with me to suddenly rejecting her advances. My only hope is that she doesn't think it's because I don't like her or anything like that.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to bother you then. I hope you have a nice catch-up.
Thanks, Yuri. Really sorry again. You just seem to catch me at a bad time. She doesn't reply. I slide my phone back into my pocket and run my face through my hands.
Everything okay?
That's a good question. I stand up, pulling on my coat. I'm gonna go for a walk. Need to clear my head. Mom looks surprised, but doesn't press it.
Wrap up warm.
After settling down on a bench, I cast my eyes to the pond. The gentle cyan hue the pond possesses is pleasant to look at, but although it's soothing through the eyes, it does little for my racing mind. Maybe it's worth talking to Sayori about how to deal with Yuri. Causing tension with Sayori is the last thing I want, though, especially as it looks like she's making progress with therapy. And again, I don't exactly want to lose Yuri as a friend, do I? It'd be really awkward and unfortunate if any resentment was bred between the two girls. At this point, the best thing I could think of is to ask Monica for some advice. As my musing carry on, I hear a voice call my name.
Flam?
My hair jerks up. I immediately recognize the owner of that voice. If this is who I hope it isn't, the following conversation is going to be very awkward. It's Yuri. My fears are confirmed as a familiar set of flowing purple locks make their way into my view. Hey, Yuri. She looks around.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah, why? As soon as I speak, I realize the error that I've just made. A hint of sadness and doubt flashes on Yuri's face.
I thought you were with your mother.
Well, I'm screwed.
Flam, why are you avoiding me? If you don't want to spend time with me, that's all you had to say. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, Yuri. Please. It's not like that. I do like you, and I do enjoy our time together. It's just... I run an aggravated hand through my hair. It's so frustrating not being able to tell her the truth, especially when she sees this so differently.
Just what, Flam? You could tell me if you'd rather I left you alone.
While I'm trying to figure out what to say, Yuri presses forward.
Is it me?
No, it's...
You told me that I could come to you if I were feeling lonely. Were you just saying that? You were just saying what I wanted to hear?
No, I meant that. I still do. It's just... It's complicated, Yuri, and... I can't really tell you. That sounded absolutely pathetic. Yuri doesn't look impressed nor convinced.
I'm sorry for bothering you, Flan. I truly am. It's probably for the best that I leave you to it then.
As frustration floods through my body, she turns around to leave. Just what the hell am I even meant to do anymore? Ah! Perfect timing.
Hi, Flam. Can we talk? Don't worry, you haven't done anything wrong.
Are you sure about that, Sayori?
Just finished the therapy session and needed some time to think about it. Wanted to get your thoughts as well, if that's okay.
Sure thing.
Can we meet at yours?
Sounds good. Just give me 15 minutes to get home.
Okay, see you then.
I'm praying that she has some positive news. I'm not sure I could stand any more strife today. There's a note on the table from Mom. She's gone out to get some groceries. Well, at least this affords Sayori and I some privacy. I hear a knock on the door and let Sayori in, and we both take a seat. Hey Sayori, how'd your session go today?
It was pretty helpful. The sessions on the whole have been much more helpful than I thought they could be.
Oh.
Yeah. Recently, Dr. Satoshi has been helping me put things into perspective. I'm starting to realize that, well, maybe things aren't as bad as they seem. He helped me to see the progress that I've made so far.
Like coming to therapy?
That's part of it. Coming to the sessions in the first place was a really big step. Something I wouldn't have been able to do last year. For the past few sessions, he's been challenging the depressive thinking that I've had. And helping me see the reality of things. That it's okay to ask for help. And thanks to the antidepressants, I'm able to see things a little more clearly. It's not exactly easy, and sometimes I get frustrated at how slow the progress is. But he reminded me that we are making progress. Slow but steady, he said. And he praised me for having the courage to come to these sessions alone.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you for that. You're doing really well. She smiles tentatively.
And it's something I'm slowly coming to terms with. Obviously, we're not rainbows and butterflies just yet, but I'm not having nightmares as often. And my general mood these days is much better than it was before we started hanging about again.
The powerful feeling of relief coursing through my body feels rewarding beyond belief. Just when I was thinking everything was so bleak and we weren't getting anywhere.
Anyway, so he suggested that I tell the others about my depression.
Oh, so that's the thing you wanted my input on.
Yeah. But I don't know if I should tell them.
Why not?
Well, I'm kind of worried that it might change how the club feels. I don't want any special treatment or anything. And there's no telling how they might react. On the other hand, having to act cheery all the time around them is so exhausting.
And if you tell them, you won't have to hide anything anymore.
And that would make life a lot easier, being able to come to school and not worry about accidentally letting the mask slip.
Yeah, I can see that there's a lot to think about and consider. For what it's worth, though, I don't think it'll change the atmosphere of the club, to be honest. They're our friends, Sayori. And yeah, they might be a bit unsure of how to react, but I didn't know how to react when you told me. But we're still best friends, right?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
I think it'd be a good idea, too. But I'm not going to talk you into anything. It's entirely your decision to make, and I'll respect whatever you pick.
Okay, thanks, Flam. I'll think about it tonight and see how I feel tomorrow.
Sounds good. She notices the game console lying on the floor and the controller by the sofa.
Hey, hang on. Were you playing without me?
Guilty as charged. Sorry. I was bored. She heads towards the television and powers up the console.
I hope you haven't gone too far. That was my save file, meanie.
Play it and find out. The door opens and Mom trails in carrying a bunch of bags.
My goodness, Sayori. It's been so long. I know we spoke on the phone, but actually seeing you in person is a whole other story. It's really nice to see you too.
They share a hug. Some people might find that weird, but to me, it's perfectly normal. Mom always loved having Sayori over when we were kids. She was almost like a daughter to her.
Flam told me about the club that you invited him to. He says your poems are amazing, so you'll have to show me sometime. Well, they're not that good. I bet they're wonderful, Sayori. Anyway, I'll be fixing lunch for us, so please give me a shout if you need anything. Oh, it's okay. You don't need to make me food.
Okay, that just came from Sayori, everyone. Sayori just said, we don't need to make her food. This world is coming to an end.
Don't be silly, dear. It's my treat. Don't you worry.
You objecting to free food? Exactly. What have you done? What have you done to the Sayori I know? Sayori opens her mouth to protest, but upon realizing that she can't win this war on two fronts, she closes it pout.
Very funny.
Oh yes, that was indeed very funny. Alright. Real quick pause to go get some water. Give me a few more minutes, and then I'll go get you some food. After completing my morning routine, I find myself waiting by Sayori's house. As much as I enjoy having Mom back, the only downside of having her around is that Sayori and I weren't able to spend the night together. On the flip side, Mom made me some yummy food to eat, so at least I got something to look forward to at lunchtime. Sayori closes her front door and walks up to me with a smile on her face. Morning, Sayori.
Good morning.
She gives me a quick peck on the lips.
I've been thinking about everything we talked about last night.
And? She faces me with a look of determined resolution on her face.
I'm going to let the others know.
Yeah?
They're my friends, just like you are, right? I was thinking about all the happy times we shared as a club, both before and after you joined. The club has always been a place where I felt safe, hanging out during Halloween, having lots of fun, sharing gifts at Christmas, seeing how thoughtful everyone was. It really hit me when I was thinking last night. So yeah, I'm ready.
I'm with you all the way, Sayori. Let's do it. Lunch couldn't come by any slower. I'm idly staring at the clock, marveling at how slowly the hands are moving. Although I can't help but be a little nervous, the situation between Yuri and I remains awkward, and I haven't told Sayori about what happened before she texted me. I just hope Yuri will understand when Sayori tells her what's going on. She's always struck me as the understanding type, so I just hope she won't hold anything against me. Finally, the bell rings. I'm the first one in the club. Not surprising, given Sakurai let us out a little bit early. As I pull out my containers of food from my bag and settle down, Sayori and Natsuki walk in, chatting among themselves. Oh hey Sayori, I forgot to tell you, Mom made you some food too. Here. I push a container of pre-made food towards her, causing her eyes to widen.
Aw, she didn't have to.
You know what my mom is like.
Any for me?
The sarcasm in Natsuki's voice makes us laugh. You're the chef, Natsuki. Do you really need it? She rolls her eyes and mutters something under her breath on my little quip. Meanwhile, Sayori wastes no time digging into the food. Within seconds, almost half of it has disappeared.
Please, that's so good.
Swallow, then try again.
Sorry. Please tell her that this is really good. She's the best chef I know.
Natsuki bristles in her seat, causing Sayori to giggle.
Second best, Natsuki. Second best. Better.
Monika enters the room, an apologetic look on her face.
Sorry I'm late. We're just having lunch, Monika. It's not a club session or anything, you know. Where's Yuri? Oh, I saw her on the way here. She was headed to the bathroom, so she'll probably be here soon. Anyway, guys, I have something I want to tell you. You're pregnant.
Oh, Natsuki.
You're pregnant?
Sayori goes bright red and I freeze. Monika quickly admonishes Natsuki, but I could have sworn I heard a laugh. Jeez, Natsuki, what do you think I am? I'm an animal. In bed, I just ripped those clothes right off her and just had my. That joke fell flat. Actually, don't answer that. I just did. Carry on, Sayori.
Actually, I should probably wait until Yuri is here. Some tells me this is important. You could say that.
A few more minutes pass as we carry on eating. There's still no sign of Yuri. Kind of weird that Yuri has taken this long, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. Should I go see if she's okay?
Not a bad idea. Sayori exits the room. Natsuki and Monika turn to me.
So, this big reveal. Can we get a hint?
Sorry, my lips are sealed.
You're normally quite the joker, so this really must be something serious, huh?
It's not really my place to say, that's all.
Alright then, keep your secrets. Oh, by the way, how was your Valentine's Flam? Did you take her to the beehive?
Yeah, about that. It's, a long story, but no, I didn't. My mom came home that weekend, though, and I got to spend time with her again.
Did you take her to the restaurant instead?
Yeah, totally. I proposed to her as well. I rolled my eyes.
Oh yeah, I remember you said a while ago that you live alone these days, right?
Well, back before I got with Sayori. We had a good catch-up session. Told her about what life's been like for the past half a year. And it's been almost 6 months already. Time flies. Anyway, to answer your question, I guess Valentine's was pretty good, yeah. Although not for the obvious reason.
Mama's boy.
I throw my hands up dramatically. Sayori said the exact same thing. I'm not a mama's boy, right? I'm not a mama's boy. Right, Mama? Right, Monika? Monika is spared from answering as Sayori comes back into the room looking worried.
I couldn't find her in the girls' toilets. That's odd. Has she ever missed a lunchtime with us before? Don't think so.
Internally, I'm beginning to worry. I hope that I didn't make Yuri feel unwelcome at the club or anything.
Anyway, why'd you want to say, Sayori? The suspense is killing me. And you can just tell Yuri when you see her. Okay, okay. Well, there's no really easy way to put this.
She looks at me and I shoot her a reassuring smile.
It might come as a surprise to you guys, but...
She takes a deep breath.
I've been struggling with depression for years.
The effect is instantaneous. From the look of shock on their faces, neither girl was expecting to hear that.
What? You? Mm-hmm. But you always look so, I don't know, cheerful? It's just the way I learned to deal with it, I guess. I always want others to be happy, so I made that my priority. Sayori, I had no idea. Yeah, neither did I. Jeez, this was just so...
Out of the blue. Both girls nod. They're clearly trying hard to process what they've just been told. Is this how I looked when Sayori told me all those months ago? That's how I felt when I found out too. Never saw it coming, eh?
I always tried really hard to hide it. I've always struggled to accept other people's help. Having them worry about me used to be something I hated. I'm still not entirely comfortable with it, but thanks to Flam's support and the therapy I've been to, it's helped me see that it's okay to talk to people about it. And you guys are my friends, so I figured it was only fair that you knew.
Silence falls upon the room. It's a tad awkward.
Jeez, I still don't know what to say.
Again, another surprise from Natsuki. She always has an opinion about something.
I'm glad that you're able to talk to us about it, but being honest with you, I don't really know much about mental health.
Sayori laughs softly.
It's fine, Natsuki. I know none of us are professionals. The only thing I want is that, well, I don't want the atmosphere of the club to change or anything. I just want things to carry on as usual. No special treatment or anything. I don't think the club will change at all, Sayori. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
I guess that was just an irrational thought then. Well, I'm happy that you feel comfortable here with us, Sayori. That must have been difficult for you to admit, so kudos to you. Yeah, thanks, Monica. And you too, Natsuki.
Wow, I see how it is. Laughter emanates throughout the room.
Oh, you know I mean you too, Flam.
She exhales slowly.
It felt really good to let that out. Thanks for everything, guys. For understanding, for putting up with me, for putting up with Flam.
Hey. The lunch bell rings, cutting short our banter. Well, that went pretty well. Well, if you don't account for Yuri. Finally, the end of the school day arrives. I wander over to Sayori's classroom. As she walks out of the classroom and greets me, I also spot Yuri. Her eyes are glued to the floor. I nudge Sayori and point to Yuri.
Oh, there she is.
Sayori, wait. But she's already walked up to her. I hasten after her.
Hey, Yuri.
Yuri jumps up. Her hands immediately dart to her left arm.
We could find you at lunch. Is everything alright? Yes. Thanks for asking. I had some errands to attend to. Sorry for missing it.
Nothing to apologize for. Don't worry. Upon seeing me, the tension in the atmosphere multiplies by tenfold. Sayori looks inquisitively at us both.
Well, I must be going now. So,
Yuri, we need to talk. And by we, I mean Sayori and I. There's something you need to know.
Oh, so now you want to talk, do you? When it suits you?
Yuri, please. I'm really sorry about Sunday. But this is why I want to talk to you. Why I want to talk... Yeah, why I want to talk to you. So we can clear everything up.
What are you guys talking about?
Let's just discuss it somewhere a little quieter, okay? Yuri still looks rather upset, although she gives a curt nod and allows me to lead the way. Thanks, Yuri. I appreciate it. She doesn't say anything, sensing the gravity of the situation. I carry on. Look, there's no easy way of saying this. We mentioned it to Natsuki and Monica at lunch, and they didn't really know how to respond. I glance at Sayori, who gives me a nod. Sayori has depression, Yuri, and it's something she's been struggling with for a while. Unlike the other two girls, Yuri doesn't react strongly. Her face does soften slightly.
I had a shrewd suspicion that that was the case, to be honest with you.
What? Really? She exhales and closes her eyes for a few seconds.
Yes. However, for obvious reasons, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't think anyone would be able to guess. Well, I suspected it after I put all the little clues together. The fairy tale poem, the way you acted on the day you presented it, your Halloween poem. My suspicions were further aroused when Flam talked to me about the fight he had with you. I've seen people worry about their friends before, but he seemed especially concerned. When you started missing days off school, that's when the pieces all started to fall into place.
She looks away.
Can I ask you a question, Flam? One that I need an honest answer to.
Of course you can.
When you told me that I could come to you if I was lonely, did you actually mean it?
I did. Yes. And I...
Wait, hang on, guys. Is it just me or am I missing something here?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I described what happened over the weekend. Sayori's face goes from surprised to ashamed as I speak. So it wasn't that I was trying to avoid you or anything, Yuri. I do enjoy spending time with you, like I said, and you're a good friend. It's just... I glance at Sayori. I know that no matter how gently I put this, Sayori's gonna feel like she stopped me from hanging out with Yuri.
I was really stupid, Yuri. It's not his fault. It's mine.
She sighs.
I was really jealous when I heard about you guys spending time with each other. And it was really wrong of me to feel that way. I was really selfish. The last thing that I wanted to do was get in the way of the friendship between you two. I'm an awful friend. And I'm so sorry.
A few tears streak down her face, and she sniffles. I reach out to hug her, but Yuri beats me to it. It's a touching moment, especially with the gentle, concerned look on Yuri's face. I still don't trust her, but damn it, this is adorable. After a couple of moments, they break apart.
Sayori?
Her tone is tender, although I can hear an element of certainty in it.
You are not an awful friend. You're one of the best friends that I've ever had. Please don't feel bad. I can only imagine how difficult depression is to deal with, and I don't blame you in the slightest for feeling the way you did. You have nothing to apologize for. If anything, it should be me. You? Of course not, Yuri. Loneliness is a horrible thing to live with, so I could totally understand why you reached out to Flam. Perhaps, but I was rather inconsiderate in how I didn't think about the impact it would have on you, especially as I suspected you had depression.
None of you are in the wrong here, guys. This whole fiasco happened over a miscommunication. That's all. I was the idiot. I just wanted to clear everything up, Yuri. You've always been a really good friend for both of us. And I'm sorry that you felt like I was ignoring you. I just couldn't tell the truth because Sayori wasn't ready to tell you guys about her depression. It wasn't my call to make, although I can see why you saw it from a totally different perspective. So, everyone okay? We all share a smile, lightening the mood considerably. Good stuff then, guys. Man, we're a really apologetic bunch, aren't we? I think the word sorry was said about, 7 times? Sayori and Yuri laugh softly. Anyway, I think it's time to go.
Yeah, we'll walk you home, Yuri.
Before Yuri can open her mouth to interject, I chime in. And also, I still want to know which book it was you wanted to read with me.
No clowns this time, please. Are demons any better? No!
Chicken. Come on, let's go. And I'm really glad that we sorted the whole Yuri business out. I was worried that might have snowballed into something a lot worse, especially after she didn't show up at lunch.
Did I really make you feel like you couldn't see her, Flam?
It's more on me for not communicating with you about it, I guess. Don't worry about it. Seriously. It was pretty much a given that we'd have obstacles to overcome as a couple, right? And I'd say that all things considered, that went pretty well.
Yeah, I guess so. But please, just tell me if this problem comes up again, okay? I hate thinking that I put you in such a difficult place.
Will do.
By the way, I was thinking that we should do something as a club again. You know, like we did for Halloween and Christmas. It's been almost 3 months since we did something together.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking that a picnic would be nice. I wanted to do it earlier, but it's been really cold. I don't really think I was in the best place for it.
Now that we're almost into March, I have noticed it getting fairly warm. Yeah, run it by the girls tomorrow at lunch. I'm sure they'd say yes.
Yay! Yay! Remind me if I forget, okay?
I'll do my best. We hear footsteps coming from the hallway, and Mom trails in. Laptop in hand, she smiles at us.
Afternoon, you two. Good day at school?
I grin at Sayori. Yeah, you could say that. We told the other girls about Sayori's depression, and they were really supportive and understanding about it.
That's excellent news, sweetheart. It's always nice when your friends are there for you. Unfortunately, I've got some bad news. We just got a new client, and they're pushy, to say the least. I had to leave tomorrow morning. My pleas fell on deaf ears, sadly.
Oh, really? You've only been here for a few days.
I know, sweetheart, I know. I wish I could stay for a little longer, but sadly it's out of my control. On the bright side, I'll make you guys a lot of food, so hopefully I won't have to hear about how you've been eating chocolate for lunch.
I have chocolate for dinner, thank you very much. Mom rolls her eyes.
Quite the sarcastic comedian, isn't he?
Choose your side wisely, Sayori.
What?
I chuckle. It's always funny to put Sayori in an awkward situation, even when it's just a joke. There's probably going to be some nasty karma waiting for me one day, but all things considered, I'll take my chances and enjoy the teasing while I can. The rest of the evening passed by relatively uneventful. The rest of the evening passed by relatively uneventful. That's how it's worded. After Sayori and I got on with some homework, we helped Mom pack up for her flight.
Well, it's an early flight tomorrow, so I'm gonna head to bed now. Sayori, it was lovely to see you again, and I hope to see you again soon, okay?
She embraces her.
You too. Hopefully it won't be so long this time. Hopefully.
Mom turns to me. I'll wake
you up before I leave. Don't worry.
Alright, Mom. If you're turning in for the night, I'll walk Sayori home then. She nods. Sayori waves cheerily at her. As Sayori and I walk toward the front door, I whisper in her ear, as much as it sucks that she's leaving, having her around does mean that we can't spend the night together. But tomorrow, she'll be gone.
The
unexpected purr in her voice makes me shiver. Anyway, let's get you home. Damn. Alright, guys. That's where this episode's gonna wrap up. Good to know that this is where the next episode's gonna start. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, you don't have to, but if you guys want to drop me a happy birthday wish in the comments, I would love that. And subscribe because it really helps me out a lot. And also, leave me a birthday like, just cuz. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. You have a wonderful rest of the night and a great week.